Hello, me again. It's a little late, 9:23. I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you know this book, Proof of Heaven. I love that I showed you that, and it was upside down. But what I loved about this book, it was about a neuroscientist, Eben Alexander, and he totally did not believe in God, not at all. And he ends up contracting a rare form of meningitis, and he goes into a coma for 7 days. And while he's in this coma, he experiences all these different realms. And he describes a spirit guide, a beautiful young girl with blue eyes. And they never had to communicate with words. Any question he thought of was answered. And again, it wasn't through language. He just felt it. And again, being a very educated man, he had great difficulty explaining the language, the beauty, the sounds of the different realms he was traveling in. But he said he learned the three most important things, and these are things we know in our bones. We just need to be reminded. The three things are: we are cherished, we are loved beyond any imaginable, anything we could fathom. We are so loved, and we are never, ever, ever alone. You simply have to ask and remain open, and you will get your answers. So it also turned out with this neurosurgeon that he was adopted, and he had a loving, loving, wonderful adoptive parents. His adopted dad was a neurosurgeon, and all he ever wanted to be was to be like his dad, and he became a phenomenal neurosurgeon. And when he came back to life out of this coma, and he was able to describe all these amazing experiences that he had, his sister, not his blood sister, said, why don't you reach out and let's try to find your mom. So I'm not trying to ruin the story, but I guess I am. So he reaches out, the mom writes back, they get together, and he's able to realize that he needed this to heal. He didn't think he was someone who was broken or wounded as a result of being adopted, but he realized there was a lack. And it wasn't until he met his birth mom that he felt whole. And this is someone who was very successful. Wonderful family, 2 sons, close with his adopted family and his parents. Like, he never thought of them as anything but he just happened to know he was adopted. The other interesting piece was, prior to completing his medical school, he was a daredevil, loved to jump out of planes, and just had this thrill-seeking type of adventure type personality. And it turned out that his, I guess, what's the word? Real family? That doesn't sound right though. His biological family, they were in the war, and they were paratroopers. So that kind of explained his love of jumping out of planes. And the other interesting piece was he never got to meet his biological sister, Betsy. Unfortunately, she struggled with alcoholism and she passed away. And what was interesting for him was that he gave up drinking, I want to say in the 80s. And he felt so distraught that he wasn't able to meet with her. Maybe, they could have shared this heartbreak together and healed together. So he had never seen Betsy, and then they showed him a picture, and he was floored. His guide, when he was in the near-death experience, when he was in the coma for 7 days, was his sister, Betsy. So I just thought that was so beautiful and so meaningful that an atheist, a neuroscientist, was able to experience a near-death experience and articulate it and really embrace what a gift it was, because now he's sharing it with anyone who wants to read his book. So apparently I've written the book for you. But I just love the three pieces of you're cherished, you're loved, and you are never, ever, ever alone. I know I shared with you in another video, I can talk, that license plates is the way God communicates with me. And in a dream that I had 3 nights ago, I was struggling to really surrender a situation in my life that I know I have to surrender and stop trying to control and not let the worry get to me, because I know worry is wasted energy. It's like theoretically I know that, but I need to feel it. And meditation helps me so much with that, but I am human and I constantly take, a couple of steps forward and then I take a couple of steps back. So I was worrying and I meditated on it and I went to bed and I had a really cool dream, and in my dream there's a license plate that said, "Don't worry." And just that validation and that affirmation from the universe, from God, is truly amazing. I go to Reiki every month, and I always feel tremendous peace. I always feel like I'm being guided, and my kids are always curious. So it was Lucy's turn to go to Reiki. And she jumps up on the table, and she was very quiet. Every kid's different. They may move around, but Lucy was very quiet. And when she came out, she described being at the barrier reef and describing the turtles and the coral reefs, just in great, vivid detail. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And Lucy's like, yeah, Mom, it was so great. And then it was my turn to have my Reiki. Now, I find Reiki to be very spiritual. I find it to be very calming, centering. It takes you to a different realm. And this past Reiki was truly unbelievable. I normally don't talk when I'm getting my Reiki treatment done. I usually just lay on the table, and it's a massage table for those of you who have never had Reiki. And I actually said, oh my God, I'm seeing a lion's head. I'm seeing all these great scholars from centuries ago just passing in front of my head. In front of my eyes. I'm seeing the disciples, and I'm seeing a lion's head again. I was just floored. And I said, oh my God, now I see Jesus. Now, when I first did Reiki, I would see colors. I would feel that sometimes I was traveling to another place, like high up in the sky. But this time it was really mind-blowing to me. So another piece of Reiki is after you have your treatment, you sit and you discuss. And I said, Lisa, she goes, oh my God, Chris, I can't believe you saw Jesus. I'm like, me either. And we both remembered it was Holy Thursday. Now, Lucy and I are now leaving. Lucy's in the car with me. And Lucy goes, Mom, I forgot to tell you, I saw Jesus. He was riding a dolphin. And I'm like, oh my God, crazy. So I loved how open she was to it, and I love that she had such a wonderful experience from it, because what I get from Reiki is a closer connection with God. I truly do. I feel as if I'm opening up more lines of communication. My meditation is something that I share with you guys often. If I know I say I do 20 minutes a day, if you could just give 10 minutes a day, to, if that's your marker, the shift you will feel is indescribable. No matter what, no matter how awful I'm feeling, meditation really soothes my soul. Today, I was really tired, cranky, not myself, and I really had to keep surrendering those yucky feelings and just kind of like Gabrielle Bernstein, phenomenal speaker, author, says, when you think you've surrendered, surrender some more, and then surrender some more. Surrender. We have no control over what's going to happen in our future. We truly don't. We can plan, but then something's going to sideswipe you. But what you can plan on and trust is God, the universe, has your back, And you may want something so badly and have it planned to the nth degree, and it won't happen. But guess what will happen? Something way better that blows your mind. So trust, trust, trust. And if anyone out there is going through something that you feel is shameful, it's not. Find someone you trust, adore, and love, and speak your shame. Because once you speak shame and bring it into the light, it has no control. It disappears, because we all have it. So I'm sorry I ruined the book, Proof of Heaven, but I really enjoyed reading it, and I found it really inspirational. And I thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. I love you, love you, love you, and I pray you have a beautiful night. And I pray you surrender some more. And I pray to see you all soon and give you hugs. Remember, 12 hugs a day. Love you. Bye.